Hi, Tony. I'm Brian with Gartner. How are you doing today?
Hey, Brian, doing well. How's it going with you?
Oh, it's going very well. Been a great week. How's your week been?
It's been crazy. It's a lot of moving parts, but excited that it's Friday and excited for a nice long weekend.
That's good. I completely understand that. Also, I noticed that you were obviously new to Blue Belt Federal after spending over a decade with Stormer Accounting. I mean, how has this transition been for you?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a lot of work, really busy stuff, especially with just everything going on in the world right now. But yeah, we're moving along, and it's an exciting time.
It's great to hear. Although, Tony, I noticed on your LinkedIn that you got your MBA from Wisconsin. Now, as an individual who's also new in his career and is interested in pursuing higher level education, could you talk to me about some of those opportunities that this MBA has granted you?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of helped me build my career in IT and be an executive, and be able to build upon my knowledge of my undergrad and then really take that into like the next level of IT and be able to get be able where I am now because of that. So it was definitely a great investment for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that information. And I know we previously agreed on this meeting being 20 minutes. Does that still work with your schedule?
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. And to make the most out of this time, I just want to lay out a quick agenda so that we could hit on all those points I was hoping to today. For one, I wanted to start out by giving you a surface level understanding of the solutions package that I'm representing here today. And then I wanted to dive into your role specifically, understand your day-to-day life, what your goals and aspirations are for your company. And then with that understanding, I wanted to dive into those pieces of my solutions package that I see being most useful for you. And then in closing today, we'll just talk about price and next steps moving forward. Is that all right with you?
Sounds great.
Perfect. And so today I'm representing Gartner for CIOs Solutions. The key word there being solutions, as I'm not necessarily trying to sell you a product per se, as I'm really trying to solve problems for you. We have three main parts, but they all come around the same theme. An individual such as yourself, a C-suite executive who is here to make strategic decisions for his or her firm, needs to be as informed as they possibly can in making those decisions, and Gartner provides that information and that clarity that they need regarding those steps moving forward. But at least now that you have a surface level understanding of the solutions package that I'm offering here today, could you think of somebody else that could gain value from our conversation today? Maybe somebody that's going to be key on this relationship moving forward?
Yeah, so if we were to, so I'm the ultimate guy with IT. So if you're looking, I make all the decisions in terms of what happens in the IT field, where we go, and all that. But what I would say is that if we're looking to make any purchases, my CFO definitely has to be involved.
Okay. And I really appreciate that information, but now I would love to dive into your role specifically. Could you tell me about some of those goals and aspirations you have for your company?
Yeah, so I would say you probably talked to like 100 businesses over the years, and I would say we're probably about the same. Our company, we're looking to grow. I would say on the IT side, we're looking to be more efficient, looking to find ways to save money and help the business achieve those goals of growth.
Okay. Now, with this overarching goal of growth and efficiency, what are some of those methods that you're currently pursuing to achieve this goal?
Yeah, so we're looking at implementing a new IT strategy. So that's going to be first and foremost. And that's kind of like an overarching theme of like what I'll be doing throughout the next couple of years. And that'll really just help that's going to really play into the growth of the company and how we leverage technology, how the company leverage technology for that growth.
Okay. Now, with implementing this IT strategy, are you going to be revisiting your IT budget?
Probably. We're going to be using a lot of it for sure for this. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, specifically looking at your IT budget in regards to the allocation of those funds, could you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah. I mean, we're right now it's kind of where we see the most fit, what vendors, what products, what's going to help us not only this year but also help us into the future. That's a little bit kind of what we're looking to allocate those funds.
Oh, okay. Then specifically looking at your IT budget, if for instance I could provide you that specific allocation regarding industry standards, for instance, within other IT budgets also in the banking industry, do you find this being incredibly useful or directing you forward?
I think so, yeah. I think you said being able to like help me know where to spend my money. Is that what you're saying? Or walk me through that again.
Specifically regarding those allocation of funds, just being able to compare that to what your competitors are doing, for instance, the industry standard.
Yeah, that'd be pretty beneficial.
Thank you, and I really appreciate all the information you've provided me here, but I would love to actually jump over to costs now specifically. Now, within contracts specifically, how many do you see within a year? Maybe an average value for those?
So contracts, I would say like total, we're looking to spend about $200,000 a year on contracts.
$200,000 a year on contracts. Now, specifically regarding the number of contracts for that overarching value, could you give me a number?
I'm new here, I don't have all that information right handy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say we've got, 10 contracts at $10,000 each. Let's just say that.
Okay. And 10 contracts at $10,000 each. Perfect. I really appreciate that information. And specifically, you've already hinted at here today, especially given your new role here, just being able to provide that clarity regarding the industry. Could you talk me through some of your research methods that you're currently implementing for this?
Yeah, so really right now research is, we're just trying to find stuff online, trying to reach out to different vendors, reach out to different suppliers, and really understand what's going to be the best for our company.
Okay. Now, and you noted that you are just kind of researching websites, for instance. Are you using those public domains, for instance, Google, Yahoo?
Yeah, the search engines, yes.
Now, how has that been specifically? I mean, especially with those public domains, has been acquiring information time consuming or has it been very effective?
It's been okay. I think it's been fine. Nothing, not that ordinary. Just using Google.
Okay. Now, could you quantify a time possibly that you're spending dedicating to this research?
Let's just, I don't have an exact time, but it's just me, it's my team, it's my leaders on my team. Let's just say it's too much time.
It's too much time. Now, would you say that those conventional search methods result in you just sifting through unnecessary information, resulting in this too much time, as you stated, dedication to this?
Yeah, well, yes. It's you don't know what's right, what's wrong, what's going to be right for my company.
Absolutely. And then specifically regarding those challenges, let's say I was able to provide you a research tool that saved you that time just because it provided you the most accurate information there was out there. Could you think of an area specifically within your company that your time could be better allocated?
Implementing new technologies, being able to be more of a business leader, helping our company grow, being able to, finish that research and use the research to make decisions. I think that would be, most important.
Okay. I really appreciate all the information that you provided me here today, and I would love to sum up just to make sure that we're on the same page here. So starting out, we talked about some of your goals and ambitions for your company. You noted how you want to cut costs, grow revenue, and just be overall more efficient within your IT team. We then jumped over to another goal that you have specifically regarding your IT budget and just IT overall, where you're looking just to almost start a new process in what you're currently pursuing. And then from that, you wanted to, we jumped over to contracts, specifically how you see about $200,000 worth of value total within a year is what you're looking to spend. On top of that, that's distributed in between 10 contracts within a year. And then we jumped over to research, specifically how you're currently using those conventional search methods, Google, Yahoo, and how you've even noted today that you end up spending far too much time dedicating to research where it would be better implemented, for instance, within just implementing that new technology, that the IT team reset that you were talking about. Is that a good summation of what we've talked about today?
It is, yes.
Perfect. And so with that understanding, I would love to showcase some pieces of my product. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here really quick. Can you see my screen right now?
I can, yes.
Perfect. Now jumping on to this document that I prepared, I would love to scroll up to this piece right here. Now, so part of Gartner's CIO solutions package, there's 3 parts. One of it is our cost optimization tool, and then within that, we actually specifically have a piece known as the IT budgeting tool. As you noted, you're going to be revisiting your IT budget, and you found it incredibly useful, for instance, if we could provide those industry standards for you to compare and then also direct you in that reset. Now, specifically within the Gartner web portal, which you'll be granted access to through purchasing of the solutions package, you will be able to input all of your IT information, bracket by bracket, and then just get those comparisons like what I provided here in front of you today. Now you get 27-page total, but it all is best summarized here on page 4, and as you can see here today, these first 2 brackets are going to be your company's information regarding the direction of what you've done in the past. And then here to the right are those industry standards that I was talking about. As you can see here, you have healthcare providers in the insurance. You're obviously in the banking industry. We do have that information. This is just an example that I grabbed, and specifically showing how you can really get that side-by-side comparison and that clarity regarding where you're headed in the industry, or more importantly, where you're headed compared to the industry. Now, do you have any questions regarding the IT budget tool?
So I'm in the bank, I'm in banking. This says healthcare. Do y'all cover banking, or how is that going to work?
Yes, no, we absolutely do. And like I said, this is just an example that we're provided, but you will have the same, instead of obviously the healthcare and the insurance providers, banking will be the one that you get that side-by-side comparison for.
Okay.
Now, does that...
Okay, yeah, very nice.
Oh, perfect. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. Now, one of the first things that you hinted at specifically with me today is how you're looking to cut costs early on within our discussion. And that's why I specifically asked you for that contract value. Also within our cost optimization tool is the contract review service. We found with past clients that we can save them on about 75% of their contracts, 15 to 20%. As we're looking at your numbers here today, we see about 10 contracts, and so 75% obviously we're dealing within a fraction. And I always like to be conservative within my estimates, so let's say we can save you on 7 of those contracts. Specifically when we were talking about those 10 contracts where you're looking to spend about $200,000 in total value, obviously $20,000 each contract. When we're looking at those 7 contracts, we're looking at total $140,000 worth of contract value that then we can then save you. And also within our past history of our clients, we can save them on average 15 to 20% on those 75% of contracts. Again, I always like to be conservative in my estimates just because I always like to underpromise and overperform. So when we're looking at $140,000 of contract value, let's say we can save you 10%. So now we're looking at $14,000 worth of savings for our contract review service. Now, can you think of an area that this savings could be better implemented within your company?
I mean, making new decisions, making technology purchases, hiring new people. I think those are all ways that we can benefit with that money. And that's just something conservative, like you said. So I can definitely see where we can use those savings.
Oh,
and how are you? So what was it? 75% of 100% of 20. So walk me through that again. How are you able to have these savings? Like, why can Gartner, I guess, say that we can save you on these contracts?
Absolutely. And just to make sure, I'm going to walk you back through those numbers specifically regarding the contract review service, correct?
It just, not really the numbers, but how can you say that you're going to save me money on these contracts?
Yes, absolutely. And so specifically regarding our contract review service, also through that Gartner web portal, you're able to submit all of your contracts that you see within a year. We grab that contract, we then put a specialist within that industry on it, and they go line by line, just making sure that all those charges that are currently being placed on you are being against industry standard, for instance, just making sure that nobody's really just trying to upcharge you in little areas along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're using it. You're doing it so you save us money. But what I'm saying is across the industry standard. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. So you look at all these different contracts from all these different industries, and then can know. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Specifically, obviously, with yours, we'll grab a banking specialist, and an individual who's well versed within your industry will go line by line and just making sure that all those charges are based off of what we would consider conventional or a conventional amount for those charges. We will then provide you all that information regarding where things just don't seem to add up compared to the industry, and then with that information you can go to those vendors and specifically negotiate for a lower price.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect. I'm just making sure I did clear up that concern of yours, correct?
You did.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Now, for our next part here, I would love to share my screen, and I know we're getting close on time, so would love to do this a little quickly. Now, specifically, another thing we talked about was how you're dedicating too much time to research. And now we talked about how you're using those conventional search methods, Google, Yahoo, hence what I have pulled up here today, and you can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And so just jumping into the conventional search method, we also noted how you wanted to do an IT budget refresh. So let's just search up IT budget on Google. I'm sure you've done this many times before. And even when we look at this, you have, which of course the camera's right in front of my numbers. Perfect. We see at about 1.3 billion search results. And even among these search results, the first three. The first three results are all ads. Obviously, these are individuals who are looking to profit off of the information that they provide you. As comparison, I just wanted to go over to Gartner's tool specifically and do the exact same search. IT budget. Perfect. And now, and of course the camera's right in front of my numbers again, we're looking at 2,137 search results. Obviously, what I can guarantee you is about these search results is that this is the most accurate, up-to-date, and unbiased information there is out there. And really, it all comes back to the fact that most companies are looking at places for funding. For instance, those Google ads are obviously looking at individuals to profit off the information they provide you. Gartner is obviously funded by the clients that want the most accurate, up-to-date, and unbiased information, and so that allows us to be unbiased as opposed to those conventional Google searches. Now, do you have any questions regarding the research tool?
Looks like a lot of information. 2,000 documents seems like a ton.
It is, but comparatively speaking to this Google search method that has 1.3 billion search results, as you noted already today, you're dedicating far too much time to doing research, and I can guarantee you that you can pick on any of these search results here, and this is the most accurate, up-to-date information there is, partly because Gartner updates their system consistently, as opposed to Google that never does, unless the individual that posted back in 2007 decides to come pull their page down. It's still going to be there. And so unlike those Google search methods, these are really quality information that you can then rely on.
Thank you for that. That makes sense, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And so just moving forward here today, I always like to cover price specifically. And so within our pricing structure, we're looking at a 3-year contract, $50,000 for the first contract that increases slightly. You've also noted today that other individuals are also engaging in research with you, those leaders for your IT team, for instance. And if you want to include any of those, they will also be granted access to the IT budget tool as well as the unlimited access to Gartner's research for $15,000 a piece. But today we've already noted how Gartner's research tool will be able to save you ample amount of time. As you've already noted today, you're dedicating far too much time to research. And then within those contracts, we noted how we can provide you $14,000 worth of savings on a very, very, very conservative estimate for that. And then we also went to that IT budget tool, helping you update your IT budget and just gain that direction that you're hoping. Now, with all that information, do you have any hesitations for my solutions package?
It all sounds, I mean, the one thing I would say I'm hesitant on is like bringing on a company, Gartner, to help me do my job. Like the company Bluebell hired me for a reason. It was to be the CIO. I'm a seasoned CIO. I've got 10 years of experience. I think that's one hesitation I have right now.
Well, and like we've noted here today, with your CIO position, you're dedicating far too much time to research. Specifically within our contract review service, working with other CIOs, we've seen that we can save those companies money. And so this partnership is truly to create value for those individuals that we partner with. And so that will inevitably just help you overall in your position. Now, does that at least make you feel more confident regarding the solutions package here today?
A little bit more, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think so. So why don't we table this? We're going to get our budget back in December or next year. So why don't we table this call to like December, mid-December? Does that work for you?
Yeah, I would love to schedule another meeting with you. I know we're running out of time. I want to be respectful of your time specifically. And so just here in closing, what date works best for you in December?
Let's do the 15th.
Perfect. December 15th. And then specifically a time on that day?
2 o'clock works perfect.
2 o'clock works perfectly. Well, thank you so much today, Tony, and I look forward to our future conversations here on December 15th at 2 p.m. Now, I just have to ask, do you want to bring anybody else in on this conversation? We noted how your IT team has other individuals doing research. Would they also benefit?
I think I'm good. Just me is fine.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much again, Tony. I really appreciate your time today, and I, again, just look forward to speaking to you again.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. How do you think you did?
I think I did very well. I'm glad that I got that closing done right before they opened the door.
Absolutely, man. What do you think like the best part about the call was?
Well, I would have to say, just based off of past experience, it's really what you get in that needs ID that you gotta hit on that product demo. And as we noted today, you said, I'm spending far too much time on research. That was the number one. We noted how your overarching project specifically was that IT budget. So I wanted to hit on that first so you could see the value in where you're headed, but then also end it on probably the most important part, which is that research side.
Yeah, no, you did a really good job there, man. Getting all the information, securing the information, like clarifying that was correct, and then using that throughout the presentation was super important. What is your GPA, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, no, absolutely. I have a 3.95.
Okay, we would expect so. Yeah, you seem really smart. You seem like you got, you're like thinking, you're able to like really think like second and third level, which was I could like totally tell on the call. Really good job, man. I mean, your communication was great. I would say the one piece of feedback, and this is just with sales, and look, you're a junior, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, look, you'll kind of understand as you go along, but like the biggest thing is like getting that. Like I pushed you off. Like I was like, oh yeah, let's meet in December. Like, dude, you got me. You've got the information. You can help me. Let's meet tomorrow. I'll come to your office Sunday. Like, when can you meet? Like, I would say, and then also make sure you get the CFO. Like, because I said before, I was like, hey, he's in charge of all purchasing decisions. So, like, make sure he's on the call too. But, I mean, those are the only things I would work on, man. I thought everything else was really good. Asking those questions, getting that information. I would say a couple things. One would be like, when I say, hey, we're looking to grow, we're looking to, did you get that I was trying to grow by 15% and cut costs by like getting those hard facts is always important too. Like, so when I give you a vague answer, which every CIO or business owner is going to say we're looking to grow, like by how much? Like, how much are you looking to cost? Like getting those hard facts is like important. But
yeah,
really good job, man. Like those are just the two things I would try to get next time. But honestly, it was a really good call.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. I don't know if you know this, we're interviewing together October 18th next week, actually.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's not October 18th, on 28th probably.
Right? Oh, yes, 28th. My apologies.
28th. Okay, I was like, October 18th already happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, man, I'm excited. Yeah, hopefully we can get us. I mean, I'm getting blown up over here by my team because they're all doing this and saying how great everybody is. I wish we had like 200 offers to give out because every Baylor student I've talked to has been amazing. So really good job, man. You've already got a really good you've already done like the icebreaker with me, so I know how good you are. So I'm excited for the call, man.
Yeah, me too as well. Thank you so much again for being a buyer today. I really appreciate it.
For sure. Take care and have a great day, man.
Hey, thanks. You too.